Okay, today we are jumping into what is honestly one of the most powerful chapters in all of Revelation. Chapter 14 is this breathtaking vision of hope, of justice. It's a real glimpse into the final victory of good over evil. So let's just dive right in. Okay, so if you've been with us, you know chapter 13 was, well, it was heavy. It was all about the beast, his mark, and this whole world kind of falling under his thumb. And you're left just thinking, what happens now? After all that darkness, what could possibly come next? Well, the answer is this amazing, stark contrast. You see, chapter 14 isn't just what happens next. No, it's a direct response. It's like the camera pulls back from all the chaos on Earth and zooms in on what's really going on in heaven. We get this vision of total security, of guaranteed victory, and it's the complete opposite of everything we just saw. So to really wrap our minds around this, we're going to break it down into 5 main sections. We'll look at that big contrast, then the Lamb and his followers, the 3 famous angel messages, the 2 final harvests, and we'll wrap up with the main point of it all, endurance and assurance. All right, first section, a vision of contrast. The key to getting chapter 14 is understanding this massive shift in perspective. It takes us from the mess on earth and shows us the reality in heaven. I mean, right from verse 1, the scene just flips completely. 1 minute, we're watching a beast crawl out of the sea, and the next, bam, we see the Lamb standing strong on a mountain. This isn't just changing the backdrop, it's a huge statement. It's designed to give immediate hope, to shout that what's happening on earth is not the end of the story. And in this vision of victory, we meet a really important group, the Lamb and his saints. This is where we run into that famous and, let's be honest, often really misunderstood number. So who are the 144,000? 144,000. Just let that sink in. It's a number that has fueled so much debate, so much speculation over the centuries. But in this context, what is it really all about? Yeah, so most scholars don't see this as a literal head count, like an exact number of people. Instead, it's packed with symbolism. It's thought to represent the entire, complete body of God's redeemed people from all time, from every place. It's a number that just screams fullness, completion, perfection. And everything about them is a direct contrast to the followers of the beast. Think about it. They're standing on Mount Zion. That's a place of ultimate security. They have the Father's name on their foreheads, showing who they belong to, not the mark of the beast. They're described as spiritually pure and faithful, and they're called the first fruits, which is like a guarantee that the rest of the harvest, all of God's people, is coming. Okay, so now that we see the saints are secure, the vision kind of pivots, and this brings us to our third section, the 3 angel messages. This is a big one. It's a final global announcement for everyone to hear. You have these 3 angels flying midair, and each has a message you just can't ignore. The first one is simple. Worship the Creator, not the beast. The second one declares that the whole system fighting against God, it's going down. And the third, well, that's a final serious warning about what happens when you choose the wrong side. And that second angel's message, it is so dramatic. Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great. Did you catch that? It's in the past tense. Fallen. It's spoken like it's already a done deal. That's how certain this judgment is. So you're probably asking, what is Babylon? Well, in Revelation, it's basically a code name. It represents the entire corrupt global system, all the political, economic, and religious structures that are set up in opposition to God. It's the system that persecutes the faithful, and its downfall is being announced here as an absolute guarantee. Then comes that third angel, and honestly, this might be the most severe warning in the whole book of Revelation. It just lays the choice out there, plain as day. Siding with the beast isn't just some temporary thing you can walk back from. It has eternal consequences. The message is hammering home just how permanent this choice really is. And right on the heels of that terrifying warning, you get this. And this is so important. For the people hearing this who were under incredible pressure to just give in, this was the takeaway. Hold on. Endure. That choice to stay faithful, that's the whole point of this vision. And all of this builds to the climax of the chapter, which is our 4th section, the 2 final harvests. This is where we get this incredibly vivid picture of humanity being separated into 2 very different destinies.
So the vision gives us two completely different harvests. First, you have the grain harvest. This one is carried out by one like the Son of Man, which is a clear reference to Christ. This is the good harvest, the gathering of the righteous, an act of salvation. But then there's the grape harvest. This one's done by an angel, and it represents a fierce, swift judgment on everyone who sided with the beast's system.
And that grape harvest culminates in this image of the great winepress of the wrath of God. Look, the imagery here is really intense, it's violent, and it's meant to be. It's a symbol of a total, complete, and final judgment against evil that refuses to repent.
Okay, so we've seen all these dramatic visions, the saints on the mountain, the angels shouting warnings, these two big harvests. What does it all add up to? What's the ultimate message? Well, that brings us to our final takeaway: endurance and assurance. If we boil it all down, chapter 14 really leaves us with 4 huge takeaways. 1, what you see in heaven is the true reality. The faithful are totally secure. 2, justice is certain. That corrupt system, Babylon, is going to fall. 3, God's victory is guaranteed, both in salvation and in judgment. And 4, all of this points to one thing: a call to be faithful. Your endurance is absolutely worth it.
And you know, that really is the heart of the whole chapter. Yeah, some of the imagery is intense, for sure, but the point of chapter 14 isn't to terrify people, it's to strengthen them. It's a vision packed with assurance, designed for people who are under immense pressure, to remind them that God is still in control and that their hope is solid.